The reigning queen of country pop, Shania Twain, remains the top-selling female country artist of all time, having sold over 100 million albums worldwide.
The five-time Grammy winner is releasing her first new music in 15 years with the debut of her new single, Life's About to Get Good, which is featured on her highly anticipated album Now. And Shania joins us now. Welcome, Shania.
Thank you.
Okay, so I just said it, 15 years since you've released new music. What is that like, coming back after such a hiatus?
Well, it feels good, first of all. You know, I'm feeling good now. Now is appropriate, the title of the album. I keep saying that word, right now. I'm living in the now. And that really is what the album is about. And I'm feeling good in that place. It was scary diving into it and making the commitment. So I was procrastinating for a long time. I think, as everybody knows, I really thank everybody for being so patient too, because it's like, when's the album coming? When's the album coming? But I tiptoed around, you know, and went in circles in both directions before just taking that leap of faith in myself. And
okay, well, a quote that really kind of caught my attention. You said that doing this album kind of scared the hell out of yourself.
Yes.
Why was it so scary?
Well, there's two major components that blocked me, you know, from really diving in, and that I had to tackle and face in the fear department. One of them, just the voice issues. I've had so many voice issues, not so many. I've had one voice issue over a long period of time. So, you know, getting to the bottom of that and actually being able to manage the problem well enough to be able to make a record. I mean, a record is so permanent; it's there forever. So, you know, it took a lot. It took a lot of years to get that.
But this record is also very personal. It's very raw and real, and you've been a very private person for a long time, and you're putting yourself out there.
But I wasn't afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. I'm definitely not afraid of that at this point now. I'm at a place where I am what I am now, and I'm fine with that, and that's fine. And you know, there's good things, there's bad things,
there's
and
cracks.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't apologize for it. I don't feel bad about it. I just feel ownership of all of that. So I'm like totally ready to share all those things. I mean, more just because. Well, first of all, it's therapy for me to share, and secondly, it gives all the things I've been through in my life. It makes it more worthwhile, giving it importance in the sense that it might help somebody else. Maybe it will inspire other people. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have gone through everything that I sing about on this album. And so that just gives more purpose to what I'm doing, to putting it into music. But the second component of the fear was doing it alone. Because I'd collaborated for 15 years with my ex-husband, so now, you know, I'm like, what am I going to do? Where do I begin? How do I start? And I said, well, writing it all alone is where to start. Do this on your own, you know, make it an exercise of independence. So that was part of that was scary.
Kind of making that conscious choice to just dive in, right? Dive into the deep end and
do it alone, stand on your own 2 feet and do it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the first single, Life's About to Get Good, because it's a very uplifting song. And was that a point in your life when you'd kind of, I don't know, turned a corner then? Definitely.
That is a good corner-turning song, because the verse is quite melancholy and reflecting on a dark moment. You know, I wasn't just broken, I was shattered. It was as bad as it could get. And as I was writing the song, I was literally going through a transition emotionally and working through those verse lyrics. I think you sort of write things out of you. It's so therapeutic. You know, I was sort of writing the dismay out of myself. And I thought, wow, this chorus needs to be cheery. It's time to cheer up. The sun is out, you know, it's a beautiful day. I want to say this in this song, but I do see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to put all of that in the same song. So the song is a real conflict of emotions, and they turn a sharp corner.
Is it true that Prince was going to produce this album?
Yes. Prince reached out to me as the first person that wanted to produce it. And it's sad that we never got to work together. Now, of course, we never will. But so that's a regret for me. But when he reached out to me, I wasn't ready. I didn't have the songs written. My voice wasn't ready. I was a long way from solving that problem. So I just wasn't ready. Imagine the timing. But I'm grateful that I got to know him and that we became friends and at least shared that, you know.
Yeah, we're talking about fears a second ago. Can I ask you about being on stage? I mean, you've been very candid about stage fright and being in front of crowds. How are you with that now?
I'm better with stage fright now. I've gotten better. I still have my moments, but I prepare. It's all about preparation.
Wasn't there, this goes back years, wasn't there?
I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going with this. You know it. High school?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of love this because it just...
Well, you say it first.
No, all I'm saying is high school. You're filling in the rest because I always get in trouble for telling everyone else's story.
Oh, no, that's okay.
So what happened?
I'm not embarrassed about that anymore either. I'm not embarrassed about anything anymore.
But any
it's very hard to
they're listening to this, like it even happens to Shania. So what happened in high school? What was that incident?
Okay, well, I peed myself on stage.
There you go.
I was just so nervous.
Shania peed.
Yeah, it was
okay?
terrible.
It happens. But then what did you do, which was brilliant?
Well, thankfully I was wearing a skirt, and when I stood up, that's when it all gave way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now after kids, the same thing happens. But anyway, so then what did you do to cover it up? I mean,
well, there was a glass of water that I'd had there because I was going up to sing, and I knocked the glass of water over very quickly.
Intentionally.
To disguise the puddle.
Which is brilliant. And that's what kids, that's what you do when you're up there doing a speech.
Right.
You're nervous and you pee yourself.
And at that age, you would never admit it, and you would never admit that it embarrassed you. Now, even if I am embarrassed, I'll just say I'm embarrassed.
Exactly.
It's difficult to be 16, yeah. And to pee yourself in front of your peers.
Oh, it's difficult to be in your 40s. It's difficult to be in your 50s. It's, yeah, crazy.
Oh, there's another story I want to ask you about because I've heard your songs sung everywhere when I walk into a karaoke bar, cover bands singing your songs. But there's also, you ran into someone singing your song once that was kind of cute.
Oh, yeah.
I love this.
Maybe it's this story.
Were you on tour?
I was on tour, and I was visiting a radio station. And in the hallway, I passed Elton John, who I'd never met before. So he's coming toward me, and I'm a huge fan. And he just starts, he doesn't say anything. He just starts singing "You're Still the One." That was what he said to me. He just was singing "You're Still the One," and it was such a great compliment. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't the story I was thinking.
Well, isn't that a great story?
That is a great story. That's,
okay, that
might be better than the story I was thinking.
Oh, good. Well, remind me of that one too.
Okay,
now,
you were going in the intersection. You're on tour, and you're.
Oh yeah, I know
Right?
that story too. Of course, I remember that one. But yeah, I mean, man, I feel like a woman. A lot of men, you know. I mean, a lot of men sing it, and they're not embarrassed to sing it.
Jeff, all the time.
All the time.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
Spontaneously.
And that's I think that's really cool. But this guy was in like a real, you know, he was kind of a rough, rustic guy, and sitting in a big truck, and we were stopped at a light, and I was in the tour bus. And he had the window down, the music was blaring, and he was singing it out loud. Man, I feel like a woman. It was really cute, actually. But he didn't realize that I was even watching. So it was just such an ironic moment for me to be the one watching him and him not even realize that.
Did you give him a wave? Did you say, hey?
I couldn't get the window open. I actually tried, but we were at a red light. I did try, but the windows are dark from the outside.
Well,
I did
Shania
try.
Twain, it is so great to have you back after so long. Life's About to Get Good is available now on iTunes, and Shania's new album called Now drops September 29th. Shania, thank you so much.
Thank you.